I had my legs broken. I was in a makeshift litter, and the 16 men were on the ground praying. At 2 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, they left the skeleton crew to guard us. They went to town. We chipped arrows. We put them on dried bamboo sticks. We made spears. The funny thing is, I'm going to tell you, they didn't want to put this either. I said, well, you don't put this here, you don't have a story, you don't have a movie. They gave us fish to eat. We took the entrails, the intestines, and we tied them up and made them. And we buried them in the dirt, about 2 inches. And every night we would urinate on them, keep them wet. And it took about 3 years to get them to make 8 or 10 bows and arrows. We used them to make the string for the bows. We killed our captors.
That's right.
We liked them. You have no idea how you feel to kill your captors, because they were kind of nice to you, some of them. And then you had to turn around and kill them, which we did. We took their AK-47s and we used them against them. And we went through the jungle. But before we left, we were praying. And this part, they wanted to leave out also. I said, well, then you don't have a movie, you don't have a story, including Reader's Digest. So as they were praying, down on their knees, 16 natives, I was on a litter, looking up, praying, because they were going to drag me because I had broken knees. As they were praying, an angel about 50 feet long with his wings stretched, beautiful man, came like this through the bamboo stalks, and he looked at us, didn't say a word, didn't say anything. Within 7 or 8 minutes, he disappeared. There was a sign that we would be okay. We were, but we were treated as deserters. When we landed in San Francisco at the Presidio Army Base, which is no longer there, we were put in chains by the military police, sent to trial, and sent to labor. Life imprisonment and hard labor at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. We were there 2.5 years when Nixon exonerated us. They called us in. Well, the president has exonerated us. You're free to go. You go and take a shower and get your uniforms ready. Your enlisted rank or prior rank you had, you will go as soldiers and you will go to your destination. I said, what? Wait a minute. I went home. I'm an orphan. I didn't have a mother. My dad had passed. No welcoming, nothing. Got home. First thing I got was bananas, oranges, eggs thrown at me. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I sued the government. It took 35 years for them to exonerate my story, and they had to give me back pay. 6.5 years of captivity, 2.5 years of imprisonment in their own country, and injuries for my injuries. And my lawyers collected over $22 million. We had military lawyers, civilian lawyers. And I only got $500,000, and then we were taxed on that. I said, you can't tax us for combat pay. So they finally took it off. And it was one hassle after another one, after another one, after another
one. Hey, Shalom, Israel was good. Captain Marquardt, Isupk, coming at you with another words of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. On this segment right here, I'll be speaking about co-parenting. Unfortunately, co-parenting has become too much of an acceptable culture in the Black and brown community, and it is just something that we need to highly examine in order to build a strong Black community, which we should be trying to do. Is you need strong families. Strong families are built based on commitment and loyalty, and we teach our children a very bad lesson when we divorce one another and rely on co-parenting to raise healthy children, when a ton of the times, you know what I mean, the children end up traumatized because the mother and the father are pretty much at war with each other, and that's just not going to work. First and foremost, you know, you want to make sure that you marry the right person. Take your time. Don't be too fast and too quick to jump into the bed with an individual. You want to see what principles that a person has. What do they believe in? A good belief system is fear of the Lord, and knowing that if you break the commitment of marriage, that God is going to be against you moving forward in your life, and that when the mother and the father go down this route, it destroys the children, and that's the last thing that we need. For parents that are co-parenting well and having success at it, kudos to you, but it should not be a goal of ours to co-parent. The goal of ours as Black and brown men and women and in marriages is to be together forever. Now, I know that sounds very cliche, and it just sounds like very far-fetched, but it all starts with your belief and your fear of the Lord. Marry a woman that fears God. Marry a man that fears God. And in that, we'll raise healthy children, we'll raise healthy families, and then we'll have a strong Black and brown community, which is what is needed in this day and time. This is how we go to war with a nation that has destroyed the fabric of the Black family, and we've just decided and accepted that co-parenting is the way when it's not the way. Man, let's do better. With that, I'm out. Shalom.
Watch what eggs do to you.
I know you look at us in the state we in right now, Black people on drugs, and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
You gonna find out that God that you believe in, that God that grandma taught you about, that God that homosexual preacher taught you about, that God don't exist. You understand? Say that again, devil. Don't run. You ask the question, come up here like a man and answer your question. You understand? Of course, if we out here teaching the Bible, of course we read it. That's a dumb question. Like, boy, what's wrong with you? Right. If we out here teaching the Bible, that means we read it. Have you read it? Okay, so what is your point? The tribe of Israel is the Jewish people. You talking about the white Jewish people, right? The caramel, right? So you do know that the real Jews are Black people, right? No, okay. We're gonna show you in the scripture. Give me Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Well, you don't know the Bible then. Yeah, and apparently you don't, because the first thing you just said was Jewish. the ISH on the end of it, Jew, it tells you that they're not the real Jews. You understand? But you just said, now you see, I'm about to show you you're an idiot. You just said that you knew the Bible. If I put the ISH on the end of anything, it means to be something like, but not quite. Just the way, if he had on something black and I got on something blackish, that means it's something like black, but it's not quite. So the people who call themselves Jewish, whether they dark skin or white, they are not the real Jews.
That's right. What does it have to do with color?
Color, what color is in the Bible? The physical description of somebody does matter.
That's right.
Christ, oh, now color don't matter. This is the devil at hand right here. You understand? Here's the devil at hand right here.
God said that he doesn't look at the outside appearance of man, at the inside.
Right.
He said that.
What did that mean? What did it mean when he said that? Well, he don't look at the outside appearance of man. That don't mean that don't mean that the physical description don't matter.
Saul the king was a very tall man. He was a very handsome man.
Right.
And David was just a little boy.
Okay. So what is that?
Because of his character.
Right.
Because he wanted to serve God.
Yeah. Well, a character. Listen. Even though we teaching that the Jews is black, the black people out here smoking crack.
The Jews aren't black.
You understand? Well, let's read it. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2.
Go ahead.
Judah mourning.
First of all, the real Jews are in mourning. We're in mourning because we're in the ghettos of America dying from crack heroin. It's over 2 million black men in prison.
Right.
We're being shot down in the street every day by police, and ain't nobody doing nothing about it.
Right.
We don't own no businesses. Our homes are broken. We're sitting under government programs. We are being oppressed. The real Jews are in mourning. Read.
And the gates thereof languish.
And the gates thereof languish. What is it? What does a person put a gate up for? Protection. Our leaders don't protect us.
Right.
Our leaders tell us God love everybody. That ain't in the scriptures. Our leaders tell us to join a so-called white man like you and come together in the Rainbow Coalition. You understand? But when that ain't never going, that's very true interpretation. Read.
They are black.
They are what?
Black.
I thought the Jews was white. Read that again.
Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish. They are black.
Right.
Spell it out.
B-L-A-C-K.
Now take me to the Songs of Solomon. Well, now what you got to say, white boy? The scripture just said that the Jews are black.
Right.
I'll hold the mic. You speak.
You're going to talk about the Shunammite, right? In the Song of Solomon?
Well, no, listen, man. Listen, white boy. I'm asking you a simple question. You just said the Jews wasn't black. I just read to you that where the scriptures say that the Jews are black. So now you cut in the scriptures.
Can you read that in Hebrew?
Oh, yeah, of course I can read. We speak Hebrew as well. Do you understand Hebrew?
Right.
You do? All right, I'm about to say something to you right now. Let me see if you understand it. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Look at his face. But he understands Hebrew.
Right.
Wait, who do you think you're dealing with up here?
Right.
Yeah,
Graduated.
break the Hebrew down that I just spoke to you.
From Dallas Theological Seminary.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. I just spoke Hebrew to you. Break that down.
I can only translate.
I know. Read.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 9.
You know, everybody know about King Solomon, the wisest and richest king that ever ruled the earth. You agree with that, right? He was a black man, and we about to read it in the scriptures. Read. Brother.
I am black.
But you just told me the Jews wasn't black. Wasn't Solomon a Jew? Didn't he come out the house of Judah?
That's not talking about Solomon. That's talking about the Shunammite.
That's called about the Shunammite. It don't say that. It don't say no Shunammite in here.
Right.
What are you talking about? Read it again.
Woman, not Solomon.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black.
Do you understand that? That is crystal clear. The scripture said, I am black. Yes, guess what? The daughters of Zion, they black too.
Right.
That's what it's telling you. Whether you talking about the man or the woman, the real Jews are black people, white boy. Now, wait, you ain't proved nothing in the scriptures. Talking about race don't matter. Talking about color don't matter. If I made a movie, and I made a movie about George Washington, and I let Denzel Washington or Sammy Davis Jr. play George Washington, would that be historically correct? I'm asking you a question now. Would that be historically correct?
Who did Jesus die for?
We'll deal with who Christ died for the 12 tribes. He did not die for the whole world. Let's we'll get that as well. What does the world mean? What does the word mean? You don't know. This is white boy. This is the people who black people have been learning the Bible from for 400 years, And this is the reason why you don't know nothing. You understand? Because you've been learning the Bible from the damn devil. So you don't even know what the word world means. You talking about you went to this school and that school. The word world don't mean everything and everybody. Dumb. Right. The word world means age or society. Right. You understand? Read what you got out. Matter of fact, go to Acts chapter 13, verse 1. Not only are we proving that the Jews are black, we're going to go in the Bible and show you that the word nigger is in the Bible.
That's right.
How many of you black people knew that?
Right.
And you've been sitting there going to church every day. Have they ever told you that everybody from Genesis to Revelation was black people?
Right.
That's right. Now, once you understand that the greatest people who ever walked the earth was black, the white man's brainwashing will slide off of your head.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
The white man is not a man of God. He is a murderer, man. He is a liar. The word, what does the word devil mean? Liar. You understand? Give me that image. Give me that image right there. You understand? This right, everything you ever, even you white people have been deceived. This ain't in the Bible.
Right.
He's talking about a physical. This is white people's problem. Y'all talking about physical description don't matter, but yet this is sitting in black people churches.
Right.
This is sitting. You didn't put this all over the world that the greatest man who ever walked the earth was a white boy. But then you come in front of the prophets of God camp and tell me that color don't matter. If color don't matter, what the hell is this then?
Right.
What the hell is that?
Right.
Is that in the Bible? Is this Christ being a white boy with blue eyes and blonde hair? Is that in you know it ain't in the Bible? Because you know I go in Revelations and show you that Christ was a black man. You can't, guess what? You can't say nothing else. You've been proving a liar ever since you walked foot up here. I gave you a chance to say what you needed to say, prove it in the scriptures, and you ain't proved nothing. Now go and drop dead for all I care. Listen, as a matter of fact, as a prophet of God, I'm going to tell you what's up. I hope your whole family drop dead tonight. I hope your mother drop dead. I hope your father drop dead. I hope you die of cancer. Y'all pray that this devil die tonight of cancer, man. Let's pray that America. Let's pray that America burn down tonight. You've been the oppressor and the murderer of black people, man. You can't fool us, man. You better go to one of these black people that suckers and go smile in their face. Yeah, that's what the white man do. He go smile in your face, and then next thing you know, you got a damn dagger in your back. Right. That's him. Read.
Other races.
Acts chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church that was in Antioch certain prophets and teachers.
Now there was in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers. And let's find out if they was white boys. Read.
As Barnabas and Simeon. That thing was called Niger.
That was called what?
Niger.
Spell it out.
Niger.
Told you the prophets was black.
That's
The word Niger means black. The word nigger derives from the Latin word niger, which also means black.
That's right.
So when you see, the next time you see a black man and you want to look down at him and say, "Damn, go them niggas," you better understand, guess what? That the prophets of God and Christ, everybody in this Bible was niggas.
That's right.
And you so-called Arabs and you white people, you got to, because the real people in the Bible was niggas, you got a horrible day coming when Christ returns.
That's right.
I don't give a damn how much singing and dancing you do, and we shall come together, all of that. God don't want all nations to come together.
Right.
You understand? Matter of fact, give me a second, Ezra chapter 6, verse 54.
That's right.
God wants his chosen people to be on top. So-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are going to be the new rulership on the planet Earth.
That's right.
When nowadays I work hard on the job, I come cross shop, still like I'm a criminal. Trying to get caught, it could be the first charge. Like, man, you ain't getting the minimum. You gon' dip, squat, 5 mile run, pull, sit on, goddamn, that's wrong. Looking at my baby, trying to keep them doing wrong. It's too long before they grow, I can leave them on their own. They killed Daddy like he had a birthday cake. The news coming
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass. Need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, ass need to stop it. Ass need to prop. It's about to get serious. Boy, when they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I tell you once, won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Like we all come together. They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. One with step, I'm solid for show. To them fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Therefore will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Hey, Shalom Israel. This is the Isupk Chicago Brotherhood class coming at you live once again from 9909 Westchester, Illinois, 9909 West Roosevelt Road in Westchester, Illinois, which is Isupk Chicago. We hold a class here 7 to 9 p.m. every Monday through Friday. Come join with us, man. Come learn the truth and history of the Bible, which pertains to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans only. Of course, we had a lot going on this weekend. We had a lot of Thanksgiving murders, unfortunately. Of course, coming with this so-called holiday season. You see the winter coming in harsh, man. You see the economy still going down. All of this, man, is signs of hell. This is the beginning of hell. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, America is a hellhole. America is your punishment. And the only way you're going to be able to escape hell is by, one, finding the truth that the Lord wants you to be able to follow Christ, to be able to follow the Lord. You have to be able to follow his truth and guidelines that he put in the earth for you. That's right. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is through brotherhood. Brotherhood is one of the key ways out, if not the key way out of hell. You know what I mean? Leaning on your brother, trusting in our true brotherhood, man. Not the Christian brotherhood.
Back on.
Most High Christ. Sorry about that, Israel. Technical difficulties. Where were we at? Brotherhood. Brotherhood is a way to escape out of hell. A lot of blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, we think we understand brotherhood because we're in fraternities, we're in the Freemasons, we're in gangs,
Right.
we're in the Christian church, we're in the Catholic church, so we think we know what it means to be a brother. But all of these societies, all of these religions, they're just gonna fail you.
Right.
Just gonna let you down. The Christian church has showed you 500 years, they have done nothing but let you down. The Christian church has become a mockery. Like, if someone tells me they're a Christian in 2025, I just look at them. You know what I mean? Like, you proud to say that? Right. You gotta like tuck and hide to say that. You gotta be like, yeah, you gotta say like underneath your breath, yeah, I'm a Christian. You a what? I'm a Christian. I go to church. Like, yeah, look at them like, you gay, bro? Like, like you all right? Come on, man. You let niggas lock you in the church talking about we want $20,000 or what he wanted $40,000.
Yeah, he wanted $40,000. He wanted $1,000 from everybody.
He said, "Lock the doors, ushers. Lock the doors." That's crazy work. I would have told that usher, if you don't get if you don't move away from this door,
I got a question.
Go out. You got a question online? Go ahead. If you got any questions, go ahead. We'll take them now.
Somebody named Sean8049 says, hello. What happens to white people in the end?
Okay. That's a great question. Where we want to go with this, Asha? All right. Revelations. Let's get Revelations 13-9. And Isaiah. This is a great question, Sean. Sean, we want to ask you, are you a so-called white person? What's your nationality? Before we get to answering this question. But of course, this is a great question because of the time we're in. We're in a time where blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're in the white man's kingdom. The white man got his money on, got his face on the money. He owns the entire earth. His culture and his customs are now rudimentary. They're what the earth follows. The Chinese and the Japanese, they used to wear kimonos and robes. Now they wear suits and ties. The damn Middle Easterners used to wear, when they used to conduct business, they used to wear their traditional garbs. Now they wearing suits and ties. You know what I mean? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you had your own culture, your own God. Now you follow after a white God. Now you follow after the image the white man wants you to follow. And I look at you here in America being hunted down by ICE agents. You getting cut off of Section 8 and food stamps. Like, he's showing you every single day that this is not your place of rest. This is not your kingdom. Right. So whose kingdom is it if it's not blacks, Hispanics, and Native American kingdom? Because you got to realize, who deserves the kingdom of heaven more than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here in America have suffered and tried all throughout American history to try and gain the favor of America, gain the favor of white people. And time again, they have done nothing but showing them the sword, showing them death and destruction. So the question is, what will happen to white people at the end? Meaning what? When Christ comes back, what will happen to white people?
Yeah, he said I'm a white man.
Okay, congratulations, Mr. White Man. You better learn something today. Give me that scripture, Asha. And this is from the Holy Bible. If you're sitting at home, Mr. Sean, I want you to turn, and you got a King James version of the Bible, you can read it with us. Go to Revelations 13-9. It's the last book in the Bible. Go ahead, Asha, if you could.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Now, of course, you'll hear a lot of metaphors like this in the Bible. Of course, we all have ears. So is the Lord literally saying, if you have an ear, hear this? No. Not everyone's going to be able to understand these things. He's talking about spiritual ears. That's what Christ came to do alongside with his miracles. He also made the blind to see and the deaf to hear. How? Spiritually as well. That's why it says right here, he that has an ear, let him hear. If you're able to understand these spiritual things or understand this, go ahead. Meaning, like, if I could, just one more thing, meaning like this is a prophecy about the future. Meaning this may be hard for some to understand, but thanks to the guidance and leadership that we have from ISUPK, since 1969, we've been established to help lead Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans back to the truth that is according to the Bible, that we learned from our ancestors that were slaves, the ancient Native Americans that understood the Hebrew text and carried a lot of these traditional values till it was taken away in boarding schools and so many other places and churches and everything else. This is what we've been taught from. Go ahead, Ash, if you could.
Book of Revelations, chapter 13 and verse 9. He that have an ear, let him hear.
Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Now, Mr. Sean, this should not be something hard to understand. White people are the #1 race on the planet Earth that are known for putting people into captivity. Every place you went, you put people into slavery. But there's a people that is synonymous with the transatlantic slave trade, which is a prophecy that would fall upon the Israelites in the last days. A transatlantic slave trade, meaning you're going to be brought on ships into slavery throughout the Americas, throughout Europe. And that happened to the Native Americans, that happened to Black people, that happened to the Hispanics. If you tuned into a class we did, I did what was it, last Thursday on your favorite holiday, Thanksgiving. We broke down how Christopher Columbus started the transatlantic slave trade with slave trading Native Americans. So the Bible's saying right here, he that leadeth into captivity, go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
He that led these people into slavery must go into slavery. Meaning the descendants, and now Christopher Columbus, he ain't here. George Washington is not here.
Right.
But you know who is here? Donald Trump. Pam Bondi. What's her name? The Ice Barbie chick, whatever her name is. That damn, she looked like she got 20 pounds of Botox in her face. You know what I'm talking about? That damn, all these devils that are taking advantage of the destruction of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Their descendants, the reason why they're sitting so high and mighty is because Christopher Columbus came here to the Americas and enslaved God's chosen people. George Washington enslaved God's chosen people. Abraham Lincoln, all these people benefited off the downfall of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So the same way you put us into captivity, the Lord is going to make sure white people go into captivity. And it goes even deeper. Go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword.
He that what?
He that killeth with the sword.
And white people, man, y'all are no bigger murderers on the planet Earth than you. You see, a lot of time y'all want to bring up black on black crime, the crime that happens in the ghettos. What we do to each other, we could war with each other for 50, 20, 100,000 plus years. But it will be nothing compared to what the murder and destruction you've done on the planet Earth. Right. You want proof? There's a hole in the ozone layer. The damn polar bears are damn near going extinct. You too wild. The Native American Indians, when you first came into the Americas, you damn near exterminated them. Damn near by the rate of 80 million. They're 5% of the population in their own land. The modern Native American population in America is 5%. Black people, over 100 million died on the transatlantic boat ride here alone. Then you got over 100 million Hispanic tribes that you damn near wiped out. So you got to pay for this. The Lord's saying, there's an old saying that people like to say, but it's actually found in the Bible. What goes around comes around, and what people say karma is. The Lord said, you shall reap what you sow. So what white people sow onto the earth was death, destruction, and the Lord's going to bring that upon you. Matter of fact, drop that. Give me Obadiah 1 and 10 before we get to Isaiah. What's the next one?
He asked 2 more questions. Pertaining to this.
Okay, go ahead.
He said, so whites will become slaves And I'm guessing he already figured it. That's what you're saying. Then he said, "What if I'm a good white person?"
Man, if you're a good white person, this how you determine who's a good white person. There are two things you can do. I don't know where you're at in the planet Earth, but there's two things you can do. Find me this one scripture. It's called "Charge them that are rich." It should be in the book of Timothy. Charge them that are rich. Type that in. It should come a Bible verse. Charge them that are rich. There's two things you can do, Mr. Sean, to prove you're a good white man. And you can have favor when Christ comes back. Not meaning you won't go into slavery. You still might you still gonna go into slavery, but you might not be, a field nigga or a field cracker, I should say. You might get to be in the house. You know what I mean? If one of the brothers finds some mercy on you, I'd be like, oh, he did what he was supposed to. They might let you, sleep on the porch. You might not have to sleep in the field with the rest of the slaves. The first thing you could do, according to the book of Isaiah 48, is you can find the nearest ISUPK camp in your city, and you can go to isupk.com, and you can find all our schools across the globe. We're in Puerto Rico, we're in the Dominican Republic, we're in Mexico, we're in Canada, and you can we're in the UK, you can look us up, and you can go find the nearest camp or school near you and ask to kiss their boots. And that's nothing. I like it. That always blows my mind when white people come to the camp, Ashai, and they ask this question. They ask, what if I'm a good white man? What can I do to prove I'm a good white man? And you tell them, you show them in the book of Isaiah, the 48th chapter, where the Lord himself, God says, you shall bow down and kiss the dust, or lick up the dust of their boot. That's what the Lord said in the Bible. Now that's nothing compared to the years of genocide, to the years of crack cocaine, to the years of brothers growing up without their fathers, to the years of our sisters being whored out. The Native American Indian women are 25,000 missing to this day. Over 25,000 murdered missing indigenous sisters go missing in America. And no one goes out and looks to find for them. The ICE agents are hunting down the Hispanics and no one bats an eye. But yeah, everyone wants to cry for Gaza. Everyone wants to cry for the Ukraine and Israel. Where's the cry for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the people who made America what it is? So that's thing number one. You could go out and you should go do that. Find the nearest ISUPK camp and ask them if you could kiss their boots. Be like, I've talked to one of your brothers online, and I wanna make things right for what I did for my sake. And you could do this. You got that scripture? Yeah, were you able to find it? It should be in Timothy. Go ahead.
1 Timothy 6 and 7, verse 6, chapter 6, and verse 17.
Go ahead.
Charge them that are rich in this world.
Charge them that are what?
That are rich in this world.
You see, you white people, you had a head start. Y'all had the biggest head start. I don't know how there's any poor white people in America. Y'all had a 500-year head start. Y'all all got more money than any Black, Hispanic, and Native American can ever dream of. And if you don't have it, you fumbled the bag. You had Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans beneath you for so long, you didn't even give them a chance. So this is what you could do. The Lord just said, charge them that are rich in this world. Meaning what? You should go to isupk.com and make the largest donation you can. Or how about this? When you go to the camp and ask to kiss those brothers' boots, you should pull out a wad of cash and put it in the bucket. Again, it's nothing for the years of slavery you benefited off of. Right. It's nothing for the years of slaughter and destruction you benefited off of. Right. I bet you celebrated Thanksgiving on Thursday, right, which is the benefit of the destruction of the Native Americans. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have always put their life, soul, blood, and tears for America on the line. And what have you gained from it? The entire earth. So there's two things you should do. Find the nearest ISUPK school or camp near you, beg to kiss their boots, and drop damn near the entire bank account into the donation bucket. That's right. That ain't nothing, if you ask me. And maybe, and just maybe, Christ might have mercy on you. Maybe Christ is saying, you know what, Sean over here, I remember what you did. We're not gonna beat you half to death like you did us. We're not gonna feed you to the alligators and hang you from a tree and all that. We're gonna sleep right here on the porch. We're gonna give you a little doggy house. We're gonna give you some extra kibble and bits. We're gonna give you some turkey necks, every once in a blue moon. Go ahead, Ashar.
Salakia, sir. If I could,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't mind, I would just like to ask,
Yeah.
what do he think should happen to a white person in the end time?
That's a good question.
I mean, we know the truth. I mean, what do he think?
Right.
What do he think should happen to white people? Do he think we should all be one big rainbow coalition and we all get along and they don't pay for no crimes or what?
That's what he's gonna say. But what do you think, Sean? Do you think white people should have to pay for their crimes? Should it all be all end all be all? Did he say anything else? All right, what's the next few ones?
He's just been basically, as you speaking, he asking questions. He said, why kiss their boots? And then he said, how does that fix anything? And then it said, that seems more humiliating than helping.
You know what, Sean? What about you see, he didn't mention the other part. What about your bank account, Sean? What you got in your bank account? That's going to help a lot. Commander General Yohana goes out and he sends men to help and aid on the Native American Indian reservations. He goes out and he sends brothers and sisters in Harlem. He sends brothers and sisters out to Little Village. He sends brothers and sisters out in Black and Hispanic neighborhoods with GED programs. He sends them out there with food, with water, with a lot of things your own government won't even provide its own citizens that built up America. So, bank account. You notice how he didn't talk about that. You want to help, drop some damn money in our accounts. That's what you can do. Thing number two, you want to talk about humiliation, son. I don't think kissing a boot is nothing more humiliating than actually being the damn footstool of white people. You can look this up. Slaves were footstools to white people in slavery. They were the footstool. What he got now? What he got? He got Asha cracking up over here, man. What do you say now?
He said, I think rich white people should pay up.
Yeah, meaning you, Sean.
Right. He said they gained from it. I only have $3,000 in my bank account.
Hey, no sweat. That's what you do, Sean. You take about.
I would like everyone to coexist together.
Oh, yeah, we did too. The Native Americans tried coexisting with you, and what you did, you slaughtered them by the millions. Black people tried coexisting with you, and you enslaved them. The Hispanics tried coexisting with you, and you sent ICE agents on them. Let me tell you the problem with white America. Let me tell you the problem with white people. It's the white guilt you have. The white guilt you suffer with it because you know justice has to be rendered onto you. You know you have to pay for your crimes. Who was Andrew Jackson said it out of his own mouth. He said, if there is a God, we're going to have to pay for what we did to these people. Especially today in 2025, where you're sending masked agents, you're sending the Gestapo, the SS, to terrorize Black and Hispanic neighborhoods when the Hispanics, all they ever done is love America. Black people, all they ever done is love America. You even harassing the Native Americans. The Native Americans have been threatened to be deported, have been pulled over and interrogated by ICE just for looking like the Hispanics. And this has been going on for centuries, man. It's been going on for over 500 years. The whole reason you have America is because you did it off the backs of Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you want to talk about humiliation? What's more humiliating than that? What's more humiliating growing up a Native American on your own land and having to wake up and look outside and seeing white people owning everything? What's more humiliating than that? You know what that does to a person's mind? You know what it does to that, what it does to a person's soul? What about Black people? Black people that helped build America, but yet America is always shooting them in the goddamn back at a traffic stop. What about the Hispanics that all they ever done is fought in your wars? All they ever done is done the jobs you don't want to do. What do? They get on your roofs, they clean your toilets, they keep your house fresh, they raise your damn babies, and then you send ICE agents to harass them. What's more humiliating than that? Judgment Day is coming for white people. There is no coexistence. We tried so hard to coexist with you, and every single time you sent the sword after us. That's why the Lord said, what? Your words are smoother than butter, but yet you draw swords, man. That's in the book. What is that? In the book of Psalms? The book of Psalms. Psalms 55. The Lord said, white people speak. That's why the Native Americans used to say, you have the tongue of a snake. Snake-tongued devils, that's what they used to call you, because you talk with a forked tongue, you talk evilly, you talk slick. That's why you're the damn snake in the Garden of Eden. There's a damn snake in the Garden of Eden and wasn't some devil. It was a devil, but he was a white man. That's what it's supposed to represent. So don't sit here, Sean, and try to talk about, equality and getting along. Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all we ever wanted is equality and getting along. But now that you're knowing that you're going to face some repercussion for your actions, now you want to talk about let's get along. That's all. We are the world. No, ain't no more of that, Sean. When Jesus Christ come back, ain't no more of that. Ain't no more coalition, and y'all had y'all chance. And not only you, I'm pretty sure you want to, Sean. I'm pretty sure you're one of the few white people that hears these words and you want to change your life and everything else. And I get that. But the thing is, your nation as a whole does not feel the same as you. So what would help them understand was seeing you on tape bow down and kissing some boots. That's right. Would see you dropping your bank account. Maybe that could help lead your nation of white people and white brethren to repentance. Right. You know what I mean? I'm saying you ask me a question on what you can do as a good white man. That's what a good white man would do. Now, if you don't do these things, you're the same as every other devil. Right. You know better than Donald Trump. You know better with what's that little ice midget's name? Gregory Bovino. You know better than him. You got any more before I pass up on this devil?
The last thing on scripture?
No, yeah, give me the last thing he said.
The last thing he said was basically what you just broke down. He said, I don't like what's happening in this country.
Right.
I don't want anyone to be harassed or removed. I apologize for what has occurred within the history of this country.
There's a lot to break down with that, Sean, but I'm just going to tell you like this. In the Bible, it says this, for you to understand simply as I can. Let us not love in word, but in deed. You have to understand your people are responsible for a lot of the destruction that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have suffered. Right. So for us to believe you can't just love us in word. You can't just say, like, you got to picture this. Let's say I'm a husband and I have a wife. And I tell that wife I love her so much and I adore her and she's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. But yet I throw her down the stairs every day. Yet I smack her upside her head. And I throw her in a garbage can. You know what I mean? I throw hot grits in her face. Do I really love that woman? No, because I abuse her. That has been America and white people's treatment toward Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So if you want that and you're truly apologetic, go find the nearest Isupk camp near you. Ask for forgiveness. Get it on tape. And, that's the only way to do it. There's nothing else. I'm gonna show you what we got. What'd you pull for a scripture, Ashar? So the people can be educated.
I got Obadiah and we were still in the middle of 1 Timothy 6 and 17.
You drop that. Give me Obadiah. Give me Obadiah the first chapter. This for all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that are feeling some type of way as well on the words we're saying. You may think we're being harsh. You may think we're being, unreasonable. White people have been unreasonable. For 500 years, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we have been at the bottom. We begged for white people to have mercy on us. We begged them not to destroy us, not to come hunt us down. And what have they done but increase their hatred on us? Right. You know what I mean? So for them to kiss a boot, for them to empty their bank account, that's nothing. There's nothing compared to what our ancestors had to go through. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the reason you're in the ghettos now, the reason why you're in the reservations, the reason why you're in the barrios, the reason why the Sinaloa cartel is running all throughout Mexico, slaughtering everybody, Cartel Jalisco. The reason why MS-13 is all throughout South and Central America is because the CIA and the FBI put guns and drugs, flooded it all throughout South and Central America to fund their proxy wars. You can look that up. Right. The reason the Native Americans don't have no food or running water because of America. They've all benefited on our downfall. That's why the Lord prophesied that destruction. You had something you want to say? Oh, okay. It's like, no, we got the scripture.
Oh, okay.
Start me at what? 7. Give me about verse 7.
Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 7.
Go ahead.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Go ahead.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Go ahead.
And prevailed against thee.
So those that were at peace with us have prevailed against us. Those that said this is the typical white man to his core. Remember what we talked about in Psalm 55. His words were smoother than butter, but yet he drawed swords. How you know that's talking about the so-called oppressor today, the so-called white man, is because he made 177 peace treaties with the Native Americans, and he did not keep one. Right. He threw the Native Americans on reservation, isolated them, stole their children, sent them to boarding schools, hunted them down. It was illegal to be a Native American and outside of a reservation at past a certain time or hour. It was going to get hung or shot. And this is the history of America. Keep going.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Go ahead.
There is nothing understanding in him.
There's nothing understanding in our oppressor. Even though we've shown mercy, even though we tried the civil rights movement. We tried being peaceful. We tried working things out with him. Right. But time and time again, he shows us he does not want peace. Right. Time and time again, he shows us it don't matter how much we march. It don't matter who we put in office. It don't matter how much money we pay, how much times we chant, hands up, don't shoot, how many times we chant, no justice or else. None of that will prevail with him. The only thing that's going to set things right is Jesus Christ coming back on this earth and setting things right the way they were. You want proof that white people are evil? White people put Jesus Christ to death. Jesus Christ was a black and brown revolutionary, an innocent black man that was put to death by who? The Romans. Who are the Romans' descendants today? The average white man, the Greeks, the Italians, the Polish, the Europeans, whatever y'all want to call yourselves. Today, you are the descendants of those Romans. Those Romans that hunted down Peter and Paul. Those Romans that put Jonathan to death. All these brothers that served out Christ and served our Lord, you put them all to death. Why? Because you knew what would happen if blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans came to the realization of the gospel. The reason why the gospel is called the gospel or the good news is because the good news is this. If you go read in Luke, the 1st chapter, it's going to tell you the prophecy of Jesus Christ is to save his people from their enemies. Right. That's in Luke, the 1st chapter, verse 70. Verse 70 all the way down, it talks about the prophecy of the return of Christ. Christ is coming to save his people from their enemies. Who's the enemies of Christ's people? Well, let's think about it. If blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites, which they are, and we can prove with history, archaeological facts, and biblical facts, then who is the greatest enemy of the Israelites? White people. White people have sought so long to exterminate us and to destroy us. That's why it's so important for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to know how to love each other. That's why we have to have a brotherhood class, something that comes natural to every other nation. We have to teach. You see, the Chinese, they know brotherhood. You want to know how we know? ICE agents aren't raiding Chinatown. You know why? Because the Chinese stick together. The Chinese are in America with their own police force. You go to Chinatown, you ever been to Chinatown, there's Chinese police officers that drive in Chinese marked police cars. They don't drive in CBD vehicles. It's Chinese vehicles. But you don't see that in Little Village. In Little Village, it's CPD on what 47th and where we have camp at in back of the yards. 47th and Ashland, it's CPD. Blacks and Hispanics, you don't get to govern yourselves. You don't get to police yourselves, but the Arabs do. Go to Little Palestine out there in Bridgeview, and guess what? The Arabs run everything. The Arabs got their own bank. The Arabs got their own money. They all sending all of it to each other. But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're the only ones that have no structure, have nothing, even though you built America up for 500 years. That's why when Christ comes back, he's going to establish your kingdom. Every other nation has benefited in one way or another of the downfall and enslavement of Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And Christ sees that. Christ knows that. Keep going.
Verse 8. Shall not I, shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men of Edom?
He's going to destroy the wise men out of Edom, even the wise men. Now, who is Edom? Is Esau, according to the Bible. We go look up the story of Esau and Jacob, the two twins that wrestled in the womb. That's Jacob, the modern day Jacob, you would know today as the Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And Esau, his bastardized brother, the brother that lost his birthright, would be the so-called white man today. He fills the description of him. That's why the Lord said right here, I'll even destroy the wise men out of Edom. Even the people you think are so smart, your Yale scholars, your Skull and Bone Society, the people you think is the Illuminati, so high and powerful, the Elon Musk, all what is he, a trillionaire now? The trillionaires, the billionaires, you think they're so powerful, high and mighty. They got bunkers. They're right now searching ways to live up to have 200 years of life. You think they're just so great and amazing and nothing's going to be able to be done to them. I got bad news for you. Jesus Christ is coming to eradicate all that. That's right. The Lord's not even going to give them a chance because he loves you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's right. That's why he said, I'm going to even destroy the wise men out of Edom. Not just the little plebs like you, Sean. I'm going to have to destroy y'all too. I'm going to destroy your big daddies too. I'm going to destroy your Donald Trumps. I'm going to destroy your presidents. I'm going to destroy your scholars. Everybody you think is so great and the people you think are untouchable here today in America. I'm going to touch them. That's right. The Lord's going to lead the Lord the same way when he was in Egypt and he touched even Pharaoh's house. He's going to touch the White House. He's going to touch Capitol Hill. He's going to touch all these nations and all these kings that thought they could benefit and downplay his people. Keep going if you could, Ash.
And understanding out of the mount of Esau.
You're even going to destroy your understanding. Meaning you're not even going to be able to rebuild yourselves mentally once the Lord destroys you. Any more on that? Keep going.
Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Timon.
And even your mighty men are going to be destroyed. Your Navy SEALs, your Delta Force. What they got? You got a space force. Donald Trump erected a space force to fight in space. Now, let me ask you something. Why do you think that is? The Space Force wasn't erected for him to deal with aliens. He knows there is no aliens. You know what he does know, though? And this is in the Bible. The scriptures say the devil know he had but a short time. That's why his wickedness is going to incline throughout the years. So Donald Trump is the devil. All these white people are the devil. So they know they got but a short time. That's why they erected the Space Force, to go to war with Christ and his angels. So the Lord's saying, I'm even going to destroy your mighty men, meaning who? I'm going to destroy your Space Force, your Delta Force, your Navy SEAL, your CIA operatives, your Black Ops units. I'm going to be able to destroy all of them, your stealth bombers. They're not going to be able to touch me because it's the Most High God, and he's got vengeance coming against America. Any more on that? Go ahead.
To the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off.
But out of every one of the mount of Esau is going to be cut off. Meaning what? Esau being the so-called white man, Each last one of you are going to be exterminated according when Christ returns. When Christ comes back, he's going to go to war with y'all. He said he's going to destroy America, within an hour? It's going to last an hour. Within an hour, everything y'all built, everything y'all love is going to be wiped off the face of the earth. And then once he's done, he's going to send his angels to get the remnants of you. Your little scum that survived. All those little, the high and mighty, rich, uppity white people that think they're going to be like the Purge and survive in bunkers and hide in bulletproof basements. The Lord's going to send his angels to dig you up out of there like ICE agents. The same way you send the ICE agents to come harass us at our elementary schools, you send them to harass us in our neighborhoods. Guess what? You're going to have to deal with the angels of Christ dragging you out of your bunkers. Or your little doomsday preppers that ready to drink their own pee. The Lord's going to drag you out your own doomsday bunker, man. That's the Lord. The Lord up in heaven is so just, like he's so he's a just God. Right. All throughout the Bible, it talks about the Lord being a just God. So if he's a just God, how can he let white people get away with this? He's not. That's why the whole book of the Bible, the book of Revelations, is talking about him coming to destroy the world. Isn't that mighty, man? Don't that make you just want to shed? I remember when I first heard this, it made me want to shed a tear, man, to think someone could love us that much. You know, that the self-esteem that puts up in you, that makes you want to do good. That makes you want to stop getting high. It makes you want to stop doing all these evil things you're doing. It makes you want to stop gang banging. It makes you want to stop being evil. Why? Because you know the Lord is coming to fight for you. Here in America, you don't have to, no longer do you have to depend and rely on the white man to save you. Because Christ, a black man, is coming to save you. And he's coming to save all his brothers, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All you got to do is serve him. All you got to do is follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. What the scriptures say, Ash, his commandments are not grievous. It's not hard to keep the Sabbath. It's not hard to not sleep with whores. The only reason it seems hard to you is because you've been sitting here in America for centuries being wasted away by the American ideology. The Feast of Hanukkah is what, December 12th. Gonna be right here in December 14th. December 14th, he had the Israelite School UPK in Chicago on 9909 West Roosevelt Road in Westchester, Illinois. Every Black, Hispanic, and Native American in the Chicagoland area should be here to learn how to change their ways, to learn what it means for the return of Christ. And the Feast of Hanukkah is a perfect representation of the return of Christ. It is a perfect analogy and to show you why Christ's return is so imminent, because you get to learn about the history, about the destruction since even the time of the Romans. That's the story about Hanukkah, how the Romans came and sacked all of Jerusalem and took our holy things out of the temple and took our identity and took our culture, to where even when Christ came on the scene, they were so terrified of him, they put him to death, even though all he did was teach blacks and Hispanics the most revolutionary thing they can do, which is love one another. Any more on that, Ashar?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Everyone, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau shall be cut off by slaughter.
Wait, that you can't be reading that right, Ash. Read that again. And listen up, Sean. Listen up. This is the Bible right here. You can look this up. This is Obadiah. This isn't Ashaiah over there making it up. This ain't Karyash making it up. This ain't Commanding General Yohana. This is the Bible. Read that.
Obadiah, verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Timon, shall be dismayed.
Go ahead.
To the end that everyone of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
And you're going to be cut off by slaughter. You want to know why? Because you tried to cut us off by slaughter.
Right.
You tried slaughtering the Native Americans. You slaughtered them by 80 million. That's just an adjustable number. Give or take here or there. You slaughtered black people over 100 million on just the boat ride here alone. We're not even talking about slavery. Just on the boat ride. We're not even talking about the civil rights movement when you bombed the churches and burned people just for riding a bus. Over 100 million Hispanics, and even to this day, you're still sending ICE on them like dogs. And what have blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans done except to build America? The Native Americans, go look up the Skywalkers. Skywalkers were the Native Americans that built your towers, that built your skyscrapers you love so much. The Native Americans built those. Hispanics, they maintain your hotels. They will keep America running. The Haitians, the Jamaicans, doing all the jobs you don't want to do. They're doing 3 of them in a week, 4 of them in a week. But you want to sit here and ask why we can't coexist and live peacefully? Because God said there ain't no time for that no more. You had a chance. You had all the chances in the world. You have over 1,000 years of chances. The Dark Ages, the time of the Romans, even now in America, you had all these chances to do the right thing. And when now, Lord say He's going to have to cut y'all off by slaughter. So I don't want to hear no more questions of why do I have to do this and why do I have to do that. You should be happy you have the opportunity to do it. You should be happy you have the opportunity to kiss the boots of the prophets for some mercy. You should be happy you got the opportunity to empty a goddamn bank account for the mercy of God. Go ahead, Ash.
So like you said, to your point, which is extra heavy, what you're saying.
Go ahead.
It's like the audacity of a white man today in 2025 to speak to so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans and say, I apologize for the history and I just want to coexist. Like we're not in the same land that we did. It's not like we talking about something that happened in a different country, in a different world.
Come on, man.
This happened on the soil that we're on right now. And on top of that, we're still in systematic oppression today. Even though they try to paint this picture as in, you know, everybody have equal opportunities.
Right, we all together, kumbaya.
Who's running America?
Come on.
And you go on every main metropolis city, who's in the slums, who's in the ghettos? That's systematic oppression that the white man is still putting us in to this day.
Come on, man.
So it's like a slap in the face to say, I want to coexist. And it's like an insult to our intelligence.
Exactly.
And they can't insult our intelligence no more because now we got the truth. We got the truth of the Bible. For so long, we've had the false Christianity that makes us think that God loves everybody. But now we got the truth of the Bible, and you can't fool us no more. You know what I'm saying?
That's why, Sean, you can't fool us no more.
So like you, sir, they didn't fool us long enough.
Come on, man. What Asha is saying is so heavy is because when someone tells you something like that, they want to coexist, they want to join together. What have we been doing for 500 years? Right. Like Martin Luther King tried marching with you. Y'all shot him. You know what I'm saying? Even Malcolm X, he was so radical and extreme. He came back from Mecca after being a betraying Muslim and said he sat there in Mecca and kissed Allah. Next to him was a blue-eyed, blonde-haired white man. And he came back and loved white people. And they admitted in their reports they had a hand in his assassination. So what the hell are we talking about, man? Right. We've joined blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We've joined America so much. We fought in your wars. We went out and built your communities. We went out, even now in 2025, we raised your children. Hispanics were your nannies. Hispanics were your gardeners. They kept America beautiful. They kept America running. And you sent ICE agents after them. There's no more prevalent time in America to see how much white people hate you because they're doing it and applauding. You know, Sean, maybe you don't agree with it. Maybe a handful of white people out there don't agree with it. But the majority of y'all are egging it on. The majority of y'all are clapping for it, are saying this is what I voted for, are happy for it, are smiling every time a little girl gets pepper sprayed, every time a little boy gets tear gassed, every time children get separated from their families, just like you did in slavery, just like you did in the Native American boarding schools. So I don't want to hear about no coalition. I don't want to hear about no coming together because we tried. We tried and we tried. And every time we get stabbed in the back, man, that time is over with. We're going to wrap it up with Luke, the first chapter. Maybe Luke. Go ahead. Is it worth it?
It just goes perfectly with what you're saying.
Go ahead, then. Nah, come on. Let's get it.
verse 10. Obadiah, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. At one time we was brothers. At one time the oppressor was our brother, but then he sold himself. He sold his birthright. And then what? He no longer became our brother. And when he sold his birthright, all of that evilness came out of him. All of that disgusting vileness. The Bible said this. These two people, these are two separate people that are in your womb. Two different nations. Two different races. When you go read up the story about Esau and Jacob, these are two different people. So because of thy violence against thy brother Jacob, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have been the biggest brother to you white people. When you came into the Americas lost, hungry, and confused, who taught you how to survive? The Native Americans. 500 years later, we're the Native Americans starving and dying on reservations, dying of alcohol abuse, dying of drug abuse. Hispanics, they helped you build America. They helped you make America great. You stole land from the Mexicans.
That's right.
You pushed out and invaded a lot of the countries for oil and set up proxy governments. And you send ICE agents after them. Black people made America great, gave you years of free labor. And what did you do? You threw them in the slums and the ghettos and in the projects. And when they asked you for just a little bit of Section 8, when they ask you for just a little bit of food stamps, you spit in their face. You act like they asking for handouts. When every black person deserves a goddamn mansion. Every Hispanic deserves a damn white slave. Right. Every Native American deserves to be living up. They deserve to be living up in a golden White House, not Donald Trump. Right. Come on, man. Keep going.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Go ahead.
Shame shall cover thee.
Shame's going to cover thee. That's what you feeling right now, Sean. The reason you asked if there's a way for you to be forgiven, that's that shame covering you. You feel shame. But that's just a few of y'all right now. Just a few white people feel shame. But there's going to be a time where your whole nation is going to feel shame. When Jesus Christ cracks that sky open with over 200 million black and brown angels, you going to feel shame. You're going to sit up there and you're going to be like, these crazy niggas was right. Oh, man, we should have been. You're going to think about every black person you ever mistreated. You're going to think about every Hispanic you sent ICE agents after. You're going to think about every Native American that you just threw away and slaughtered. You're going to think of every Thanksgiving and just looking at the sky. You're going to think about Columbus Day. Come on, man. Keep going.
And thou shalt be cut off.
You're going to be what?
Cut off forever.
You're going to be cut off forever, man. The Lord's going to exterminate you.
That's right.
He's going to exterminate you because when white people get to live, white people rule the earth, entire species of animals go extinct. Like, you know what I mean? What the tigers do to you, man. Like, you damn near kill all the tigers. There are not so many tigers left. The polar bears are dying. The polar ice caps are melting. And that was done by white people. They say AI is one of the number one things destroying the planet Earth right now. But yet all these major white people, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Microsoft, putting all this money towards AI, even though they know it's destroying the planet Earth. You know why? Because you want the whole world to be destroyed. And the only way to stop white people from destroying the earth, Jesus Christ is going to have to come to go to war with you. Go ahead.
I like it. So I just thought about something you said.
Go ahead.
And it's like, if you got a termite problem in your house, if it's termites biting up your wood, about to tear your house down, you're not just going, at the sincerity of your heart, try to leave some of the termites alive.
Right,
you're going to destroy all of the termites so you don't destroy your house.
What was it called? The bomb?
Right. Destroy them all. But for some reason, white people know that the crimes they committed, but they don't think they should all be destroyed.
Right.
They think it's some good termites. They think it's some good snakes. I think I would rather do with no snakes, nothing, no roaches, no ill things that will leave an inch of harm towards my people and towards the world, period.
No, you absolutely right, Ash. That's it on that. We got any more questions before we move on? He's still going.
He said, I do feel shame. I'm a termite.
No, you know what's crazy, Sean? You're below a termite.
Right.
That's what you are. You're below a termite because of the destruction you've done to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans is below. Termite, man. The Lord said this in the book of 2nd Ezra. You're like spittle. You're like, let's say I'm having a conversation right now. I'm talking to somebody, and a little drop of spit falls out of my mouth. That's what the Lord said about your nation. He said, but of those that also come of Adam, he was talking about Jacob. He said, the next world to come, the next kingdom is going to be for Jacob. It's going to be for the Israelites. It's going to be for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're going to have a chance of ruling the world because when you rule the world, everything dies. And then they said, well, what about the other people that come from Adam? The Lord said they're like spittle. They're like water that drops from a bucket. You got a whole bucket of water, but just a little drop falls off. You're not worried about that drop. You still got a whole bucket of water. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're that bucket of water. And white people are that little drop that falls off. And you know why? Because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all we ever done is try to show our love to you. All we ever done is try to show how thankful we are for you, how much we care, how much we're such a peaceful and loving people. If you came out today and actually were genuine about the things you've done to us, we would accept you. We would, we would let bygones be bygones. But you see, you're such an evil devil, you would go back, just right back to exterminating us. You wouldn't sit there and try to find peace with us. You go right back to exterminating blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans the next day. So no, Sean, you're not a termite. You're a drop of spittle. The entire nation is a drop of spittle, according to the book of 2nd Ezra, which is in the Bible. We got that next one, Ashar? Go ahead. I want y'all to hear this right. This is the prophecy of why Christ came. This is why Christ is returning back to the planet Earth. Go ahead.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, and verse 70.
Go ahead.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets.
This is the prophecy of what Christ is coming back to do. Go ahead.
Which have been since the world began.
Go ahead.
Verse 71. That we should be saved from our enemies.
That we shall be saved from who?
From our enemies.
You want to know how we're going to be saved from these ICE agents? You want to know how we're going to be saved from white people destroying us? You want to know how we're going to be saved from all these atrocities and the destruction that they bring on the planet Earth? Jesus Christ is going to save you. The Bible just said he's sent to save us from our enemies. The Bible just said the Israelites, his people, to save his people from their enemies. Who is the people of Jesus Christ? The Israelites. Jesus Christ is an Israelite. Paul, Israelite. Matthew, Israelites. John, Israelites. These are all Israelites according to the Bible. So his people, the Israelites, aka blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the prophecy for Christ is he's going to save them from their enemies. Who's the enemies of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? The ICE agents, the FBI, the DEA, the federal government, the ones you sent to take away Native American children and lock them up in boarding schools and then bury them underneath the boarding school after you molested them. Over 20,000 Native American children bodies have been found on Indian boarding schools in America and in Canada. And you think you ain't gonna have to answer for that? All the drug wars and proxy wars you did in Colombia and South and Central America, you think you're not going to have to answer for that? For crack cocaine in black neighborhoods in the 80s, you think you're not going to have to answer for that? Jesus Christ is coming back to make sure you answer and pay for the crimes you have done. The same way the Nazis in World War II, they had to sit during the Nuremberg trials. Jesus Christ is going to run the next Nuremberg trials. Jesus Christ is going to make you sit down and watch and hear about all the crimes you did, and then he's going to deliver your punishment. And that's the gospel. That's the good news, because the good news is for the Israelites, the people that have suffered and been beaten down for generation after generation, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. What more do they want? That's it. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, it's time for you to get into this body, time for you to get into the truth. And Sean, it's time for you to go find some boots to kiss, drop some money in our buckets. If not, go drop dead, man. I pray you get cancer tonight. If not, you can either prove yourself to be a good white man or go get brain cancer tomorrow. You know, the Lord will do that. Or maybe he might save you for the day of reckoning. Maybe he might want you to burn to a crisp, you know. Who knows? But the day is coming. America ain't going to last forever. Every empire has fallen. The Romans fell. The Babylonians fell. The Egyptians fell. So is America going to fall. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Home, New York, under commanding Juliana. We have been distributed to every major city where Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are at, primarily to help guide them back to their true ancestral identity and culture, which is found in the Holy Bible. If you want to come learn more, come check us out at 9909 West Roosevelt Road in Westchester, Illinois. Classes 7 to 9 p.m. every Monday through Friday. Come learn the truth about the Bible and your culture. With that, that's our time. Our Precinct Officer 1000, Karyash. Shout out to the brother Precinct Officer 1000, Asha'ari, joining me. That's our time. Shalom.
Yashala means prince with power. That's all it means. A prince with power. Why do you think you act like princes, man? A prince is royalty, man. Even our destroyed state in America, we still act like royalty. Right. Brothers with a rock, gold chains, gold earrings, gold fronts, man. That's all Southern people that's royal. A royal heritage, a royal bloodline. That's who we are naturally. We just don't know it.
A black Marine or a black whatever in the white man's military, that make them want to kill you more. Mm-hmm. Like when they see the uniform on you, they get an extra disdain for you. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand why in the hell do you want to fight for them.
Cared enough about your trials and tribulations, the things that you suffered through, and how to get out of that. That's your history. You don't need a white man to have no remembrances for it.
Yeah, man, you chastise the child too hard, or you create trauma. Yeah. If you don't say nothing to the child, then you making them soft. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no way for a black man to be right even when he is right.
White people that's out there that want to help black and Hispanic people, the best thing you can do is just leave us the hell alone.
They are all against you. They all want to destroy you, and the ultimate goal of all of them is to put you back into slavery and subjection.
Real nigga universe.
Majority of the world is telling a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman what they want to hear.
You know, what we need to do is try to come together as a race of people and stop being persecuted and murdered in the streets.
And when we worship the God that of these other nations, we give all of our resources and all our love and dedication to their gods.
That man is supposed to be the head of the household, hands down, period, point blank, because he will lead you correctly.
Yasha my Allah. Give everybody a couple seconds to go ahead and write that down.
wife is going to be a mother of nations. She's going to give birth to kings. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine that?